Hello student, today I will be teaching you chemical kinetics. As we know, chemical kinetics deals with rate of chemical reactions. So chemical kinetics deals with rate of chemical reaction, the factors affecting rate of chemical reactions and mechanism of chemical reactions. So thermodynamics says whether a chemical reaction will occur or not. Kinetics says at what rate, and equilibrium measure what is the amount of product formed. So chemical kinetics is the branch of physical chemistry which deals with the rate of a chemical reaction, the factors affecting the rate of chemical reaction and the mechanism of reaction. By mechanism we mean that how the reactants, how the bonds are broken in reactant, what is the intermediate formed, and how what are the different new bonds that are formed in the products. And the amount of product is decided by chemical equilibrium on the basis of the equilibrium constant, and whether the reaction will happen or not, this is a subject matter of thermodynamics. So let's see today chemical kinetics. So rate is, what is rate? Rate is the decrease in concentration of reactant by time taken. Suppose if a reaction, if we take 1 molar of reactant and we see that within 10 minutes it gets converted to 0.5 molar. That means rate will be the final concentration, that is 0.5 minus the initial concentration 1 molar upon time, that is 10 minutes. We can convert the time in second also. We can convert the time into second because the unit of rate of reaction is mole per liter per second. SI unit of time is second, that's why we take in second. Now coming to rate. Rate is the increase in concentration of product by time taken. So as the amount of reactant decreases during a particular interval of time, the amount of product keeps on increasing. So the amount of product or concentration of product increases during the chemical reaction, but the concentration of reactant decreases. The final reactant concentration is always less than the initial. Therefore, when we write the rate in terms of reactant, we put a negative sign because rate is always positive. We cannot say that the rate of the reaction is minus 3 molar per second or minus 3 mole per liter per second. So rate is always positive. To make it positive, we have put a negative sign over before reactant concentration. But in case of product, as we know, as time passes, the amount of product increases. So what happens? The final product concentration is more than that of initial. So their difference is positive. So we don't need to put a negative sign in front of the concentration of product. Delta means change. So rate is minus delta R by delta T and is also equal to plus delta P by delta T. Now for a general reaction, Na plus Mb gives Pc plus Qd. Here N, M, P, Q are the stoichiometric coefficient that denotes the number of moles of the reactant or product formed, reactant consumed and product formed. So rate will be minus 1 by N delta A concentration upon delta T minus, for reactant we will use minus, for product we will use the positive sign, and we will divide by the stoichiometric coefficient. Now there are basically two types of rate. One is called the average rate and another is called the instantaneous rate. Average rate. So average rate is the change in the concentration of reactant per unit time, or it is also the change in the concentration of product per unit time, or we can say it is the decrease in the concentration of reactant per unit time and it is the increase in the concentration of product per unit time. So suppose C2 is the final concentration and C1 is the initial concentration. So average rate is equal to minus delta C2 minus C1 upon T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1 actually denotes the time interval in which the concentration of the reactant is decreasing. Instantaneous rate. When limits delta T tends to 0, average rate becomes instantaneous rate. So instantaneous rate is the rate at a particular instant of time. So when we take the time tends to 0, delta T tends to 0, the average rate becomes instantaneous rate. So average rate does not give the true picture of the reaction. Because initially, suppose if we consider 1 molar of concentration of reactant, so initially the amount of reactant is more. So more will be the collision, more will be the effective collision, more is the chances of product formation. So initially the rate of reaction, the average rate will be more, but as time passes the concentration keeps on decreasing, so the rate will also decrease. So average rate does not give the true picture of a reaction, whereas instantaneous rate gives the true picture of the reaction. What is happening at a particular instant of time? What is happening at a particular instant of time? So there are two types of ways in which we can describe the rate of a reaction. One is called the average rate, another is called the instantaneous rate. So R instantaneous is equal to limit delta t tends to 0, R average. So R average will become minus dr by dt. We will take the differentiation dy by dx, dr by dt. So minus dr by dt, and for product is plus dp by dt. So this way we express the average rate and instantaneous rate. Now let's discuss the factors affecting the rate of a chemical reactions. We know that the rate of a reaction can be affected by many factors. So the following factors has to be kept in mind. So first is the concentration of the reactant. So if you take more amount of reactant, it is but obvious that more the number of reactant molecule, more will be the collision, more will be the effective collision. So the rate of a reaction will increase. So if you increase the concentration of the reactant, the rate of a reaction will also increase. The rate of reaction will also increase. Now considering for gaseous reaction, it is the pressure, because pressure is directly proportional to concentration for gaseous reaction. So for gaseous reaction we have to see pressure. So if we increase the pressure, the molecule, the reacting species will come more closer, the chances of effective collision increases, so is the chance of product formation. So concentration increases, rate of chemical reaction also increases. Next important factor which is very important for chemical reaction is the temperature. So temperature, most of the reaction is speeded by increasing the temperature. So a 10-degree rise in temperature almost doubles the rate of a chemical reaction, or it doubles the rate constant. So temperature is a very important factor for most of the chemical reaction. Very few reactions are there which will show negative rate or which will decrease in their rate, which will show a decrease in their rate when the temperature is increased. So temperature, increase in temperature increases the rate of a reaction. So with every 10-degree rise in temperature, the rate constant of a reaction is almost doubled. So rate also increases. The dependence of rate of a reaction or rate constant on temperature was given by Arrhenius through his equation that is called Arrhenius equation. So we will be discussing at the later half of the chapter about Arrhenius equation. Now coming to catalyst. So first we should know what is a catalyst. A catalyst is any substance which alters the rate of a chemical reaction. So generally we will use the term catalyst when it speeds up the chemical reaction, when it speeds up the rate of a chemical reaction. Or catalyst is a substance, the term which was given in the year 1835 by Berzelius, is a substance which increases the rate of a reaction without undergoing any chemical change during the reaction. So a catalyst will not undergo any chemical change. If you are taking nickel catalyst, at the end of the reaction it will remain a nickel catalyst. It is not going to transform to something else. So it is not going to happen. Maybe the physical state may change. If you are taking a lump, it can convert into powder, but it is not going to undergo any chemical change as such. Okay, so a catalyst is a substance which increases the rate of a reaction without undergoing any chemical change, and a catalyst increases the rate by decreasing the activation energy. So we will discuss this activation energy concept when we will discuss the Arrhenius equation. There we will discuss what is activation energy. So every reactant has some energy, so it needs a little bit more energy to acquire that activation energy to undergo the chemical reactions. So activation energy is denoted by EA. Activation energy is denoted by EA. So a catalyst is a substance which increases the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy. So like in contact process, the catalyst uses vanadium pentoxide. So when we add catalyst, the rate of a reaction increases. Okay. Radiation. Many reactions will not happen if there is no light or radiation. So such a reaction which is initiated by radiation is called a photochemical reaction, and the branch of chemistry which is totally devoted in studying the photochemical reactions is called photochemistry. So you have to know about the difference between radiation and light. So light is actually a part of radiation, the part of the electromagnetic spectrum which we can see, which we can visualize, which we can see, not visualize. Visualize is a different meaning. Which we can see with our naked eyes is light. So light ranges from Vivgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So radiation is the total electromagnetic spectrum. So radiation, many reactions occur in visible zone like the photosynthesis. Many will require more, so it will require any part of the electromagnetic spectrum. So many reactions are initiated by radiation. They are called photochemical reaction. Now moving to surface area. So surface area also affects the rate of a reaction. So if the solid is there, or if it is in the powder form, so the powder or the lump form, it will react slowly, but powder form, the surface area is more, so it will react faster. So these are the factors on which the rate of a chemical reaction depends. So concentration, pressure for gaseous reaction, temperature, catalyst, radiation, surface area. You should keep in mind that a catalyst will never start a chemical reaction. A catalyst will never start a reaction. A catalyst only catalyzes a spontaneous reaction. A catalyst cannot change the sign of Gibbs energy. A catalyst is required in very minute quantity. It is required in very minute quantity. It increases the rate of both forward and backward reaction. Therefore, it only hastens the attainment of reaction. So we can say that there is no effect of catalyst on equilibrium. Okay, and catalyst is required in very minute quantity, and at the end of the reaction, the catalyst comes out as it is in the chemical form. So there is no change. It may participate in the reaction. It may participate in the reaction to form a transient bond during the formation of intermediate or activated complex, which comes out as catalyst when the reaction is completed, when the product is formed, the catalyst. If a substance decreases the rate of a chemical reaction, if a substance decreases the rate of a chemical reaction, we use the term inhibitor. We use the term inhibitor. Inhibitor or inhibitors. Okay, so inhibitors are substances which decreases the rate of a chemical reaction. Like we know that hydrogen peroxide is very unstable. To stop its decomposition or to slow down the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, we use acetanilide, we use glycerin. So these are the inhibitors which inhibit the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So these are the factors which affect the rate of a chemical reaction.